What's up, everybody? Nick back with you here from Project Central, and today, wait, this isn't right. Much better. Today we are taking a look at my top 10 items from Harbor Freight for this hunting season. Whether you're deer hunting, duck hunting, bird hunting, pig hunting, whatever, something can be on this list for all of you. And of course, these items are in no particular order, so let's jump right into it. Alright, first up at number 10 is going to be the Gambrel Hoist. This is really for like deer and they say elk and stuff, but deer, right? And basically it's some pulleys and some rope, and you've got a bar that looks like this so that you can hang your deer up to, cure it out, right? You gotta hang your deer. We aren't using these yet because it's still over 90 degrees here during the day in early October. It's still hot here in Oklahoma, but once the temperatures drop, you can definitely bet we're gonna be shooting and hanging some deer with the Gambrel Hoist. And for under 20 bucks, these are pretty good buy if you need 2 or 3 for deer camp or wherever. Maybe you have a good season and you get a couple deer at once. So here's to hoping, right? Next up at number 9 is their selection of flashlights and headlamps. I really wish they had a red light. I've got a red light headlamp I've got for camping and stuff. And the red light is really good for not making your eyes adjust to the brightness of the white light, but for the selection and having lots of different options, there it's perfectly fine. It's not maybe ideal, but give it a solid B+ on their selection. Really wish though they had a red light version, because that would be great for getting to your spot, whether it's a tree stand or a ground blind or whatever, and you could not have to let your eyes adjust so much, and it's maybe a little sneakier if you're sneaking through the woods trying to find your spot. All right, at number 8 is the propane heater. Like I said earlier, it's still 90 degrees, so my Harbor Freight doesn't have these out yet, but they've got a couple different versions listed on their website. And if you're in a deer blind, if you're in a duck blind or whatever, having a propane heater going can really make that hunting experience way more enjoyable. Especially if you got maybe some kids with you or something, having that extra ability to warm your hands up, warm your toes up, especially once it gets really cold in the mornings, pretty nice. Number 7 is storage cases. They've got an awesome selection of these Apache storage cases. Really good for long guns. I wish they made a bow case. They don't. But for pistols, rifles, gear, and they've got a bunch of different like soft tool bags as well, that's really good for all those miscellaneous things that if you are setting up your deer or your hunting camp, deer camp or whatever for the week or season, having the ability to have some dedicated tool bags or toolboxes and some affordable protection for your rifles and other, if you've got say you're pig hunting, you've got a thermal scope. You don't want a $2,000 or $3,000 scope just bouncing around. Get the case, dedicate it so that you can protect your investment. Or, shoot, the way prices are now, any scope really, or rifle should go in a nice case. That if you're throwing it in the back of the truck or whatever you got, driving around on backcountry roads, protect your investment. And you got to watch out. These Apache cases go on sale every once in a while for 30 or 40% off. So maybe they're not on sale right now, but I guarantee you at some point this year, the next 6 to 8 months, they'll go on sale. So just watch for those. All right, number 6 is gloves. Say you're gutting a deer, having a set of nitrile gloves is pretty nice to have. Say you're working on your camp, having some leather gloves works pretty well. The 2 gloves I suggest, I really like I think they're the 7 mil. I really like the orange ones. just because those have worked out pretty well for me in the past on the nitrile side. And over on the work glove side, I really like these ones with the like the padded, the plastic, and the that are impact resistant. They're a little pricey, but they've lasted pretty good. And when you're doing stuff like chopping wood or running chainsaw, they seem to be pretty good for me, at least. All right, halfway through, number 5, we are going to be talking about generators. If you are setting up an actual camp like for the week and you're out at your lease or your wildlife area or wherever you're at, a nice generator can make the difference between having a really good week and not having as great of a week. I guess technically so could shooting something, but whatever. But Harbor Freight has a really good line of these ultra quiet inverter generators. I did a review of their 5,000 watt last year. I'll link that somewhere, so check that out if you're interested in one. Those go on sale pretty regularly, so again, look for the sales. And that thing's pretty nice. It's really quiet. 5,000 watts is going to be plenty for lights or TVs or charging stuff or cooking equipment or whatever for a couple guys or even a big group of hunters. So check those out. And they've got this newer one that's like a 2,000 or 2,500 watt little inverter generator that looks to be pretty good. It's pretty affordable at 400 something bucks. So might be a good thing to check out if you're setting up long-term deer camp. All right, number 4 is either this spotting scope or binoculars. I bet you didn't even know Harbor Freight sold these. These are over in the outdoor area, and if you are long range glassing and you've got maybe a kid with you, you just need a cheap pair of binoculars. Your brother-in-law that just wanted to tag along, he's never hunted before, you give him something cheap as well. You just need a backup pair. Both of these would probably be a good option. Binoculars at like 20 bucks, I think, and the spotting scope less than 50. I mean, it's pretty good, especially if I know like elk hunters and stuff, you've got to use the spotting scope to really get out there and look and track those bad boys down. So, maybe a cheap option is a backup, or if you don't have one and you don't want to spend crazy money getting a spotting scope, pretty good option. And $20 pair of binoculars. I mean, come on, it's great. Buy those, throw them in the back of the hunting rig, and forget about it until you need them. Number 3 is they've got these little fold-out camp chairs. Yeah, they're not backpacking chairs. You're not gonna want to carry them in. They're not gonna want to pack them in a mile. But if you can get pretty close to your blind, it's better than an old beat up office chair that you find on the side of the road. For like 25 bucks, these are pretty good. Pretty lightweight since they're aluminum construction, and they've got a fold out like side table that goes with them also. So if you've got a nice big luxury blind, not bad, especially if you kind of go get set up and you're leaving it out there. You don't want to leave a nice, $75 or $100 camp chair out there in the woods, but $25 one, maybe. Number two, once you get in that blind, you're ready to take your shot. You know what's always there? You've always got one branch that's right in your way, or because you hadn't been out there in a year, a branch grew across one of your sight lines. So a little folding saw, some pruners, or maybe even just a little hatchet to throw in your pack can make all the difference in the world. There's always that one little branch that you can get out there, get your folding saw. It's like $7 or $8. Saw it, get it out of the way, and hopefully it doesn't get too much in your way, and you can make a good shot. And then it's the same thing with the loppers. If you're like I said, if you're trail cleaning throughout the year, sometimes you don't need a chainsaw. Sometimes you just need to lop little branches that grew up throughout the year. So check these out. Maybe a good option for you. All right, what do you think number 1 is? Let me know. Is it still free to comment down below? Asking for a friend. But number 1, last one on this list for this year. And again, these are in no particular order, but it's just tarps. You know, Harbor Freight's got a great selection of tarps. And if you need just a temporary one, these blue ones are okay. They're pretty cheap, but they're also pretty thin. But I've had really good luck with the silver, the kind of the extreme duty ones. I pack a lot of those for camping, for under my tent or under my hammock whenever I go do that. Or if you've got something that you need to protect it from the sun, those are pretty good. But I also want to mention these canvas tarps. If you just need a big sheet of canvas to maybe cover up your gear, or maybe you're just making a ground blind out of one or something, that, you know, pretty good option. But anyways, that's all I've got for this video about my top 10 hunting items from Harbor Freight. Of course, even though I'm making this video, hunting season has snuck up on me, and we are pretty ill prepared. So part of this video was helping me as well. So like I said, let me know down in the comments, what are your hardware store hunting hacks? Hardware store hunting hacks. Yeah, that's right. And you know, let me know what you think. Do what you always do. Take care of one another. Good luck this year in the trees. And aim small, miss small. Bye.